What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with another review for you here. And today we're at the Capsule and looking at two kind of line extensions for the Coca Cola brand. And that's something that's totally new. I mean, look, Coca Cola hasn't come out with a new flavor for its flagship product since 2002 when Vanilla Coke was introduced. But they went through the painstaking task of test marketing 30 different flavors, presumably all that had a state and fruit flavor associated with them. And what they came up with were California Raspberry Coke and, of course, Georgia Peach Coke. Now, I don't know if there are 28 other states with, their own fruits. Like a Georgia Peach seems like a no-brainer. I don't know, California Raspberry is a little, I guess it's a thing. Maybe. I don't know, California's got a lot of stuff. That's a big old place. But anyway, the bottles are really nice. They're full 12 ounces, not like the smaller, stumpier, like traditional Coca-Cola bottles. And they are made with real sugar. So that's nice. I mean, oh boy. You need a bottle opener on it. I almost tore my hand up there. So, just for your own reference when you check these out. And, this was a natural. Look, at the beginning of the year, Diet Coke came out with 4 flavors that we reviewed here on this channel. So if you want to check those out, be my guest on a past CTC review. And, now big old Coke is going for it too. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a taste. Excuse me, I've never drank before.
Got a drinking problem?
I have a drinking problem. That's literally a drinking problem. Well, I didn't expect that. We're going to go ahead and pause it. Give me a towel there. All right. And we're back. As you saw, I was not able to hold in all of my Coke there. So that's how you actually drink it. And look, this one, actually, it's got a good flavor. Like, it's not overwhelmingly Coca-Cola flavored is the funny thing. The raspberry does have like almost an equal balance of flavor. And I think that's actually an asset. I think that the flavor it's tough to nail like a natural raspberry kind of flavor. So it does have a little tiny bit of an artificial taste to it, but overall it's really not too bad. I wouldn't say I prefer it to actual Coke, but what I would say is this is a really nice addition to the Coca-Cola lineup. And, quite frankly, it better be. You know that these 4-packs, they're $5 each. So, that's a lot of commitment. You can't buy these by just the individual bottle. I mean, you gotta buy them in the 4-pack. So it's a $5 commitment, and quite frankly, with the California Raspberry, I could easily see drinking 4 of those, so not too bad. Let's check out the Georgia Peach. All right, let's see if I can do this without having to make a complete mess. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and give this one a shot. This one, it definitely has a much stronger Coke flavor. And the peach is, it's not a great taste. The raspberry was real good. The peach, even though it's a weaker flavor, so if you like Coke, but you don't want it exactly the same, it might be okay, but I'm trying to think of something to compare it to, and like, really all I can think of is like that ginger lime Diet Coke that they had. How the flavor just, it still was Diet Coke, but just with a little something that was totally unidentifiable. This is the full flavor Coca Cola version of that. You know that there's something up with your Coke, but if it's not labeled Georgia Peach, you would never guess Georgia Peach. Like, it's just impossible. This might have been test marketed as freaking like Alaskan mango. You know what I mean? Like, it just probably was. It's Coca-Cola with a little bit of extra sugar flavor. Definitely not a necessary addition to the line here. But I'm going to go ahead and just get right into the gimmick grade here. Look, for Coca-Cola to be adding to its namesake product, seems like something that they should have done in the last 16 years, but didn't. The design is actually really nice. I think that the bottles, they look really sharp. The kind of vintage look to the packaging is nice. And I'd give it a 7. I mean, look, it got $10 worth of an impulse buy out of me, and these things have been out. They've been out for a minute, so that's definitely saying something, that I was still kind of thinking that it was necessary to lock these down for a review while they were still out. So yeah, excuse me, not a bad gimmick. And then in terms of the capsule countdown, ranking these guys by flavor, I think it's pretty obvious by my assessment during the review that number 2 is going to end up going to Georgia Peach. Georgia Peach doesn't add a lot of distinct peach flavor to Coke. It really just kind of adds a little bit of a distraction from the main product. I'd give this about a 5 out of 10, right? I mean, with the Coke flavor still being pretty pronounced, it's tough to give it much lower than that. But the peach is not adding any points for it. Let's put it that way. So I probably wouldn't recommend going out and buying this specific flavor, but I would recommend getting number 1 on today's capsule countdown, the California Raspberry. California is doing it right. They know how to flavor Coke. That's for sure.
Is it better than Coke?
It's different than Coke. Like, I mean, I would say it's not better than Coke, but you could drink this and then drink a Coke. Like, it's almost like totally different products, because the balance is really strong. So it's like very distinctly raspberry and very distinctly Coke kind of together, and that makes it like a different entity, you know. So I would say regular Coke is probably a little tiny bit better, but this is still a solid 8 out of 10. It's a really good product. This is the flavoring of Coke done right, for sure. So I would give this this raspberry flavor a try, especially if you like things that are raspberry flavored. I know if I'm getting like a yogurt or something like that, like I'll go to raspberry pretty often. So you know, maybe I am a little bit biased towards the flavor, but it's good, and they do a good job of capturing that raspberry flavor. Like, you would definitely be able to identify the flavor in here even if it were unlabeled, for sure. So pretty good. 8 out of 10 for sure. And you know what, guys? Usually I sit here and I beg you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, but if you haven't noticed on our front page, I'm about to release this Crystal Pepsi employee-only instructional marketing video. So you better get me to 1,000 subscribers soon, because I want this thing to see the light of day. I'll miss you till I see ya.